Hello everyone, Don Scarface24 here. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Dark Souls 3. So in the last episode, we explored the first half of the Untended Graves. So now pretty much with this part, we're actually going to be just kind of speed running to the boss and then exploring the Firelink Shrine after the boss. So pretty much I am using, I don't know why I used Spook, because Spook masks your sound, but it doesn't mask you, so I don't know why I didn't give myself the cloaking spell to attribute. So, but anyway, as you can see, we made it over here fine. So and you're actually gonna see me face off against Champion Gundyr rather successfully for the first time. I actually didn't have to give this is actually my first attempt at facing him, which I thought was pretty good for me. I do summon the Master Swordsman NPC, and then I do summon one other friendly NPC. So and you'll see why, because they pretty much do all the work, because as I've said before, this either I'm really bad with this spear, or just this spear is awful. It's probably a little bit of both. Because I'm just not used to using a spear. As you can see, like, I can't even judge the distance on these guys. So so this audio is being recorded on January 24th, 2017. Not much going on. The video I released prior kind of gave the updates as far as where the channel's gonna be going. You know, I do have to finish my Dark Souls 3 playthrough, which will be very exciting for me to actually finish that, because it's essentially a project I've had ongoing since Dark Souls 3 came out almost a year ago, and it's pretty sad that it's taken me that long to almost complete it. I think, yeah, actually, because the DLC for the last Dark Souls game comes out March 28th, I think. Comes out sometime in March, and March is when it was released. Swordmaster's who I summon, as March 28th is March is when it was released in Japan. So so yeah, it'll pretty much be a year, so I'm hoping I can get finished that and just kind of be done with it. I will continue playing through the game, but as far as like actually recording and uploading content, I probably won't end up doing. Just some tips with Champion Gundyr. He is on a totally different level from Udix Gundyr that you face in the very beginning of the game. Totally different level. One's a baby and one's a grown adult. One's a private and one's like a brigadier general. He's way more aggressive in this. His attacks have a much shorter wind-up time, I think. I think they're slightly faster, and they hit harder, and they have a wider swing to it. And also too, and I actually really think this is ingenious of the developers, is a lot of people would face off against Udix Gundyr by staying behind him and kind of just swinging at him and just keep rolling behind him. And as you can see in the beginning of our fight, he actually kind of, if you stay behind him too long, he actually gives you like a roundhouse kick, almost a counter to pretty much how everyone would face him prior. So, and this Udix Gundyr does not have a Pus of Man form for his second phase, so you can't really rely on fire to be super effective against him. Lucky for me, the Swordmaster and the other summon I had both like hit really hard to where like I could kind of just relax, and it was honestly after this battle that I just realized that this spear sucks, and then my scythe I just did not like. The scythe I originally really enjoyed because it kind of reminded me of the Burial Blade from Bloodborne. However, it's really not the Burial Blade from Bloodborne. The Bloodborne Burial Blade is so much better than this. And it was around this time that I decided to kind of branch out and look for different weapons, so to speak. And I just kind of happened to gaze through the souls that I could transpose, and I saw that I could get the Moonlight Greatsword, and that's kind of when I started doing like research, because I've used the Moonlight Greatsword in Bloodborne. I haven't personally played what's the other game they did? I really can't remember it now. I really can't remember. It was on the PlayStation and Kingsfield. Oh my gosh, I apologize. Hardcore Miyazaki and FromSoft fans. But yeah, so I actually watched a buddy of mine, Recon Pride 215, actually play through a good portion of that game, and so I saw the Moonlight Greatsword in that. It's not available in Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 1. I'm actually kind of still working my way through, very, very casually, like playing it like once a month just so I don't get overindulged in Dark Souls dumb. But yeah, so I kind of saw that, and I was kind of familiar with its moveset already just from using it prior. So I actually ended up doing that. There was actually a debate between me going intelligence and strength, or strength and faith, and if this was Dark Souls 1, I definitely would have done strength and faith, because Dark Souls 1, even in Demon Souls, faith is just the abilities you get for it are just ridiculous. The Lightning Spear in Dark Souls 1 is like one of the best faith spells you can get, like, ever, in my opinion. But yeah, so I eventually I decided to go with the Moonlight Greatsword build, and I think that's actually, if it's not in the next video I'll do, it's probably in the video after that. It is coming up very soon. And this area is very, very difficult with all of the Silver Knights that you actually end up facing. Be very I mean, I don't have to tell anyone to be careful with these guys, because these guys are just vicious. They've always been vicious in every single Dark Souls games. They're kind of like they're not your average enemy, but they are, and they're not a boss, but they're almost like, in a sense, like their own mini boss. My best recommendation is if you're very good at parrying and riposting, or if you're, obviously you can see I'm not, because I just keep swinging my shield, or if you're very good at getting a backstab in, because that's like honestly the best way to face off against them. As you can see, I'm doing pretty bad myself, and I actually finally get a riposte in. And that's like that is the only way I can actually like defeat them. But so yeah, this area holds a lot of interesting things. There's gonna be I think a ring you can get, the Eyes of the Firekeeper, which can kind of trigger a whole bunch of events back in Firelink Shrine. If you speak to the Firekeeper about them, you can actually give them the eyes of the Firekeeper, and then if you don't like how she if you don't like what happens, you can kind of kill her and take the eyes back. And there's also the Shrine Handmaiden here, which sells, I believe, the Wolf's Blood armor set, which is essentially Knight Artorias' set, but because of the time lapse from Dark Souls 1 to Dark Souls 3, no one really remembers Artorias, so to speak. So it's just called the Wolf's Blood. I'm watching this video now, and like on my little preview screen, and I've been trying, especially with my Dark Souls videos, and like kind of just any video that I am recording. And as you can see, I pick up the Chaos Blade. Any video that I'm recording and adding commentary to later, or even just recording, I'm trying to get rid of the like loading screens for deaths. Just because, honestly, depending on the game, that can really make a huge significance in terms of time. This video was about 45 minutes long, I believe, and I actually got it shrunk down to about 20, just from taking out a few, like, you died loading screens, and, like, where I would run back to where I previously was, and also just some parts where I kind of explored the area, but then I thought there was more, so I ran around for like another 10 minutes looking for stuff that wasn't there. So, and I do like that as a thought because of the, and of course I can't backstab him because I'm awful. And I do like that aspect about the pre-recording process, is that you can, you know, you kind of have those options, whereas if you stream, you don't really have those options, and I left that in there because I honestly found that hilarious when that happened. And I think, I can't tell if that was just a ghost, like a spirit, or if that was legitimately him jumping down with me. But anyway, and you get the Coiled Sword Fragment, which is essentially, you could do a few things with that. You can give it to Prickly Pete for a Titanite slab, or you can essentially continue using it as it is a Homeward Bone that has infinite uses. I definitely recommend keeping it for a little bit of time, but then maybe during your second playthrough, you know, trade it in for a Titanite slab, because on your second playthrough you're going to get another one anyway, and the Titanite slab is honestly worth more, and at that point you'll be getting so many souls from killing just basic enemies. You can buy a ton of Homeward Bones. I actually got nervous right here because I thought I had gotten stuck and would have to reload the area, and I was actually going to be pretty pissed about this. And one of the other things I want to start doing with my video edits is, when I cut out those like death scenes, maybe have like a different transition as opposed to just a black screen for a split second and then the scene that's currently there. I'm guessing that's how all of the videos I've been doing have been. I just haven't noticed it until now. So it's all a process, folks. You know, no one, you know, the expression Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, and you know, I like seeing I like going on and watching like a lot of YouTubers channels who have been there for a while, and going back to like their first couple, you know, like the first, you know, someone who's been on YouTube for like 5 years or so, and go back to that like first year's worth of content that they have, and it's like you can really tell the difference, and you know, just how much knowledge they've gained since then, as far as, you know, just kind of what to say on their commentary, when to say it, and just like better editing techniques, editing tools. It's just, it's all a process that you all have to just, you kind of have to learn as you go along. This part I think is kind of funny because when I do the backstab, it's like I shoved my scythe through his back, but like it's still a scythe, so like it's not like a straight sword where it will just go in. I don't know, I just found it really weird. And as you could see, I kind of started booking it out of there because I realized how little damage I was doing to him.
Well, fancy that. A lost lamb wandereth in, with nary a peep from the bell. Well, thou shouldst my purpose know. What can this old handmaid provide thee? To skirt the curse's grasp, tarry not for long. 'Tis dark for now, and not a soul stirs, but remember, fires are known to fade in quiet. Or perhaps thou'rt captive already, like the poor girl. To skirt hat is all.
Wow, so, yep, that's the handmaiden of the shrine. And not gonna get into, like, any type of lore stuff with that because, I just don't have the time for that. And plus that's a whole other aspect of video making that I don't think I have the editing prowess to do yet. I just don't think I have the technique to do that yet. Not saying that's not something I would ever do, but with my current level of skill set, it's not something I will do just yet, because I'm just starting to tinker with some video edits. And some other news. Over the weekend, I did, I say over the weekend, which is kind of a relative term depending on when I actually upload this video. The weekend of the 21st, so the 21st and the 22nd, I actually uploaded a video of me playing through Nioh's The Last Chance Trial, I think is what it is called. Pretty much the last little like alpha demo kind of thing before the game comes out next month. I did pre-order that game. I am going to be playing it. I'm debating on if I should stream it or if I should just record it, because it's obviously going to be on my PS4, and most of my recordings at this time are being done off of my Xbox One. So my HD PVR 2 is hooked up to my Xbox One, and everything is hooked up through that. So I don't think I'm going to swap the cables back to my PS4, because I think I might just stream my Nioh playthrough, which is it. And this is all dependent upon, if I end up if I play for an hour and I end up spending 45 minutes of it dying, then I definitely will probably switch to recording as opposed to streaming, because let's face it, I mean, yes, it is a difficult game, and it's the same thing with like Dark Souls or Bloodborne or something, like a game of that nature, where it is fun to watch, but you also don't want to watch someone dying for 2 hours, especially just basically playing the game, unless they're doing some type of challenge run, which I don't even know how you could do a challenge run in Nioh anyway, because the mechanics are so different. It's funny, they're very similar to the Soulsborne series, but at the same time I think they add just enough to their formula to kind of make it their own and make it like uniquely them. But I mean, that's just how I feel regarding that. I am very excited for it though, but So anyway, this video is coming to a close. Thank you so much for everyone who has been supporting my channel. Just all your kind, positive words. For everyone who's been leaving comments, I have been trying to, watch your videos and, check out your channel. I just have a habit of, when I find a new channel, I just watch everything from that channel, and it kind of detracts from me being able to watch like 30 other channels at once, because I kind of get focused on one person's 40 playthrough video of Fallout 4 or something like that. But anyway, folks, I will be getting to your videos and your series as well. Thank you so much for watching, and you take care now.